לא, פרשת בראשית ליום שני. פתח רבי אלעזר ואמר, מי זאת עולה מן המדבר? הוא אומר, מי זאת? כללה דתרין קידושין דתרין לעלמין. וההוא בחיבורה חדה הוא קישור חדה. עולה ממש למהווה קודש קודשין. והקודש קדשין מי. את חברה בזאת. בגין מהווה עולה דהי קודש קדשים. מן המדבר, מן המדבר ירתה למהווה קלה ולמעל לחופה. Rabbi Elazar says it is written, Mi zot ola min hamidbar. So mi, so who is that in the like in the feminine that is coming up from the midbar, desert. And we know that when we say mi and zot, mi is Binah and zot is Malkhout, right? That are attached together. Once, I mean, but we make them attached together. They are separated, and we bring up the Malkhout with what we do for it to be attached to Binah, like a korban, right? Mm-hmm. And we know that when we say korban, we elevate the korban to be kodesh kadashim, and kodesh kadashim is that bechidat of Binah. And she is called Mi, like Mi, Mem Yud, and she attaches herself, mitchaberet, with the Malkhout, which is called Zot. And this is what we say, Ola min amidbar. It is so Zot Ola, Zot Malkhout, Ola min, and we're talking about Binah. It is like a kala that prepares herself to go in the chuppah, right? And how does a Malkhout go in this chuppah? In a way, because of all the Torah and all the mitzvot that we do here. ותראו, מן המדבר היא עולה, כמעט התמך מתברך נווה, והוא מדבר דחישו ושתדבן. היא עולה, ותנינן, מה דכתיב האלוקים האדירים האלה, אליהם האלוקים המכים את מצרים בכל מכה במדבר. וקשה, כי כל דאבה לא קודשה בליכו במדבר, אהבה, ויישוב האהבה, אלא במדבר, בדיבורה, כמעט התמך, מתברך נווה, אותי במדבר ערים, והופכי עולה מן המדבר, ודאי. והיא מילה דפומה, היא סרקת, ועלתה בין גדפי דאימה. ולבטה בדיבורה נחתה ושהיה ארשהו לעמה קדישה. And more, we have to explain that when we say min amidbar, it says midbar, like we says, is the same otiot as medaber, as the dibur. So with the dibur, when we say words, and we say words, of course, of kedusha, as learning the Torah, and all good things. I think it's not just words of Torah. Also, when we say good things, what we do is that since the mouth also is a representation of Malkhout, right? As we know that each sephirah corresponds to a member, right? So there's the hands, the feet, etc., the torso. So the Malkhout is the mouth. So by saying good things, then we elevate what we say. And by elevating the words that we're saying, we also elevate the Malkhout. And here there's he gives examples with a few pesukim, and it says here, "Madiktiv Elokim adirim ele elehem Elokim amakim et mischaim b'chol makkah b'midbar." It says we're talking about also the makot that Hashem gave to Mitzrayim. He says the inner explanation of that is not what we say Bamidbar. It's not just in the desert Bamidbar. We have to also understand with the word. In other words, it's with the word of Hashem that they receive all this makot. He didn't ask, how do we participate in that? Us is with also what comes out with our mouth, but we're talking about Torah, Tefillah, and etc. And what happens is that we do elevate the Malkhout. Then she elevates herself, and then she spreads her goodness on all the heads of the ones that are studying and are provoking this elevation and the profit from this goodness. שואל, איך סרקה ודיבורה? באה בשירותה כדבר נשקעים בסבכה, אית לבלחה למראה בשרתה דפקה רנוי. How do you say that it goes, the Sefirah Malchut goes up with the words that we say? We said an example, he said when someone wakes up in the morning, before he does anything, okay, he has to say a beracha to Hashem. As soon as he opens his eyes, he has to say a beracha. Yech mebacher. Ayavu avdi chasidi kadamei. Natlat demaya avedi avi kameu. בזמנה דאיתערב בלילה, יסתחן ידיהו ויקמד העלם בורייתא, ובעת שהיו מתעוררים בלילה, היו נטלים ידיהם. ומברכי על קרייתה, ואכלת נגולה קרי כדן פלגות לילה ממש. וגידן קודשה בריחו השתקע עם צדיקיה בגן עדן. ואסיר לבלחה בידיים מסואבות מזוהמות. וכן בכל שעה בגין דבשרתא דברנה שניים רוחי, פחמיני בשרתא לרוחי פרהמיני רוחה דמסעבה זמין ושעיה על ידוי מסעבה נון. אסיר לבלחה והוא בלא נטילה. He says, how does he do the beracha? He says, the Hasidim Rishonim, they used to put beside them, beside their bed, a keli with water. Of course, the water had to be covered. And as soon as they woke up in the middle of the night, because we're talking here about waking up in the Chatzot HaLayla, they will do first Netilat Yadayim, and then they will start learning the Torah. And they will also do all the berachot, right, that we have to in the morning. And those berachot includes the beracha of the Torah. He says, and then at this time there's a tarnegol, the roaster, right, that will let go his, how do you call it?
Call or crowing.
His call, yeah. Okay, his call, right? And this would be exactly a Chatzot Laila. And it's at this time also that Hashem goes in the Gan Eden to learn and to be with all the tzaddikim. And we know that it's asur, it is forbidden to do any type of beracha with the hands that are still impure from sleeping at night. Because what happens? He says when someone is sleeping, it comes out from him. And as soon as it comes out for him, that's what we call ruach of tum'ah. There's a spirit of impurity that comes and that spreads all over him. And then spreads over him. And as soon as he gets up, he wakes up in the morning, it comes out of his body, and then he ends up just being completely just on his fingers, right? And it's asur, it's forbidden for man to say anything of kedusha before he does his netilah. שואל, ויתמה, יחי הא בממה דלה נעים ולפריו דחוי ביני, לשעי לרוחה דמסבה, וכל על לבית הכיסא, לה יברך ולה יקרא בתורה, אפילו מילה חדה עד לסיעוד ידוי. ויתמה בגין דבלוך חלכים, לבכי, ובמת לחכו. He says, but if you're saying that when someone is sleeping, how about when someone just goes in the bathroom, right? And we know that when someone goes in the bathroom, if he is awake, right? So we don't say that the Zohar came into him. He also has to wash his hand before he does anything, and it is forbidden to say any words of Torah or to study anything before that person does Netilat Yadayim when he comes out of the bathroom, right? And we know, of course, this Netilah, we don't say the Beracha on Netilat Yadayim. We say Asher Yasa. ומשיב, אלא הווי לבני עלמא דלה משגיחין ולא ידעים ביקרא דמריון ולא ידעי עלמא קיימא עלמא רוחה חדה היא בכל בית הכיסא דעלמא ושריין תמן ותענה מההוא לכולה ותנופה, ומיד שהיה על אינון אצבען לידוי דברנש. It is, oy vay, to this man that do not understand what there is here. Like, I mean, what are those forces that are here, the positive forces and negative forces, and do not give the kavod to Hashem. He did not understand how the Ech HaOlam Omed, how is the world here? How does it, is it sustained with these two forces? He says, because we know that there is a spirit of impurity. And this one is in all the toilets or the bathrooms. Or the bathroom should be more toilets, because if the bathroom is only a bath, there's not a toilet. Is not there's not the tuma. When there's a toilet, right? They're all there. And as soon as a man goes in these places, then this spirit of impurity comes and attaches to him, and mostly attaches to his hand. And why is it there? Because that's where it likes to be, where there's bad odors and all type of bad things. But as soon as man goes in there, he comes out. He has to use the water to push out this spirit of impurity. So what we understand by this is not just the halakha of washing the hands or not washing the hands. This Zohar is trying to explain here that we have to know that there are these two forces, and as the force of impurity which tries to make us impure all the time, as we have the mizvot of the Torah and the halachot as washing the hands, etc., to protect us and to make us able to get rid of all this negativity.